What's up, y'all? Okay, so I'm about to do Krystals versus White Castle. I have a Krystals burger, and I have a White Castle's burger. They're supposed to be the original sliders. They're supposed to be secondary. Okay, so a little history. I've always eaten Krystals. I don't even think we have a White Castle's where I'm from. But here in Nashville they have Krystals and White Castles. Most places they have Krystals and White Castles. But growing up I never ate White Castles. Never. But then when I came to college, they have mainly have White Castles up north. So everybody was like, "Ugh, all y'all got down here is Krystals. I ain't never heard of Krystals. I came to the South. Blah 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 blah." People kill me. But yeah. So I'm like, ew, White Castle's not good. It's like this and soggy and this, that, and the other. And the bread is like flat and whatnot. But this, let me make it look pretty for y'all. Line it up a little bit. This is the Krystal. This is the Krystal. As you can see, the bread is fluffier. It's more dense, I guess you could say. It's more dense and fluffy. Okay. Oh no, it failed. Okay, hold on. Okay, and this is the White Castle. Look at the difference. The Krystal is bigger, and the bread is fluffier in the Krystal. See, size-wise, the Krystal is bigger. The White Castle, see the bread. I need like 4 hands to do this. This is the White Castle. It's a close-up look. The bread is thinner. It's more airy, less dense. It's just flatter and soggier. I think that's why I didn't like White Castles at first, because the bread is so thin and not as, fluffy, so it soaks up the grease and the onion juice easier, and it always made it soggy. But yeah, this is the White Castle. Once again, this is the Krystal. Krystal. Let's open it up. This is the Krystal burger. Just a regular old Krystal cheeseburger. Open up the White Castle. This is the White Castle. Now for the taste difference. Y'all done seen y'all done seen the visual difference. Now we're gonna do the taste difference. This is the White Castle. This is kind of weird. I'll take a bite of the pickle. Okay. And that's the White Castle. Now we're gonna take a bite of the Krystal. The Krystal burger. As y'all can see, it's bigger. I gotta fix it up there. It's kind of come apart. This is the Krystal burger. Okay. Right away, I see the difference in my mouth. Mm, the Like you can see, the bread is just more like a roll, not like a dinner roll. But the White Castle's bread is like totally different. Okay, let me take one more bite. Mm. Okay. Now, right away, I see the difference. White Castle's, well, this White Castle's burger, it's juicier. It's more. It's like the meat has more flavor in the White Castles, and the meat is more has more texture, more of a meaty texture. The Krystals is more of a smoother texture, like it's like fake or something. It's not like it didn't have texture to it. It's more like a smooth texture. I think the White Castle might be a little better because the bread isn't as fluffy, but it's a little bit more soggy though. When you bite into the White Castle, it's more meat, more what's on the inside that you taste versus the bread. Yeah, but flavor wise, like of the whole thing, it's a little bland. Like it's like missing something. But it's cool though. Like all it really needs is like some pepper or like a little bit more seasoning or something. Let's taste this one again. Like, see how it is? This is the Krystal. It's like the bread's fluffier. It's a little bit of White Castle left, but see the White Castle? See how the bread's thinner? This bread's fluffier. This and this. But the Krystal has more flavor on the inside. Like you can taste the seasoning and the mustard. It has a little bit more mustard on it than the White Castle. Let's take one more bite of this before I make my decision. I said the one is White Castle. When I used to eat White Castle, I used to say the bread was too sweet and thin and soggy, like. But overall, taste wise, White Castle wins over the Krystal. Like I've grown up on Krystals, and I've probably eaten White Castle burgers twice in my whole life. My boyfriend had some White Castles yesterday, and I was asking him which he preferred. And then they look so good. But yeah, I think I prefer White Castles over Krystals now. After doing this little experiment, y'all should do a White Castle versus Krystals experiment and see what y'all think. See if y'all get a different, And then it depends on what restaurants you get it from. Like some places on different parts of town or different states, whatever, their food might be a little bit better than You know it's the same place. You know how chains are. They kind of, some people be lazy and half cooking and serving cold stuff and all that. But yeah, whew, excuse me. But yeah, the winners of White Castle overall, they have the better burger. The meat's better. The bread's not as thick. You get more of a, it's not just like you're eating bread with a little thin piece of meat. Because, meat is thin, so the bread takes away from the, you know. Anyway, that's my White Castle Krystals review.